Hi, my name is Nick, Klober's Portfolio Manager, and today we're going to be looking at how to install a roofing membrane. So this is the product we're going to be working with, Klober's Permo Forte, which is one of our best-selling membranes, and we're going to be looking to install this unsupported in a typical cold roof application. Our Permo Forte forms part of our wider membrane range where we have a solution for every roof. So choosing the correct membrane is vital. It's helping to provide that barrier, that secondary barrier to the elements. Some membranes are non-breathable, so they'll always require some additional ventilation with them. Permo Forte is vapour-permeable, so it's likely that it will aid the ventilation process and need less additional ventilation. It can be quite a confusing or complex area, so it's always best to double check the specific information or certification of the membrane that you're looking at using. Firstly, you need to ensure that any eaves ventilation systems being used are fitted as required. All eaves ventilation products are available from the Klober range for both cold and warm roof construction. The three products you can see here are the overfascia vent, the rollout rafter tray and the underlay support tray. To start installing the first layer of membrane, make sure the Permo Forte is laid parallel with the eaves so that the bottom edge of the membrane finishes in line with the overfascia vent. Modern day membranes do not tend to be permanently UV stable and should not be draped into the gutter. This is the job of the bottom lip of the underlay support tray. Klober membranes should always be installed with the printed side facing upwards. When installing the membrane in an unsupported situation, it is important it is laid creating a drape between the rafters. A maximum of 15mm is sufficient to allow any water that may find its way to the top of the membrane to run to the eaves and into the guttering. Continue with the following runs of membrane using the printed Headlamp Guideline to correctly position the membrane in relation to the roof pitch. BS5534 tells us that for the roof pitch we have here of around 35 degrees, a 150mm headlamp is required. BS5534 requires the headlamp of the membrane to be secured and the zonal performance to be declared by the manufacturer. Depending on this information, there are three ways of addressing this. We can either trap the headlamp underneath a batten, use a separate tape such as Klober's Permo tape, or use a membrane with an integral tape. Permo Forte, for example, which is also available with an integral tape, is suitable with a battened headlamp at zones 1 to 4, whereas a tape would be required for zone 5. If high level ventilation is required, then a Klober ventilated dry ridge system can be used. In this case, the membrane should be stopped short of the apex by 30mm to allow passage for ventilation. If no ventilation is required, then the membrane can be carried over the apex if preferred. Battening can then commence. This will secure the membrane to the rafters and will be followed by the roof finish, in this case a concrete interlocking tile. A number of different accessories are available, including tapes and sealants for nail penetrations and to help create airtight and watertight seals around any penetrations. Remember, you should always seek professional guidance when installing Klober's products. If you are struggling, please contact Klober's technical department for further assistance or visit klober.co.uk.